Good afternoon. You're listening to Heartbeat Radio for Women and the Men Who Love Us. I'm Michelle Wargo, and joining me today is author and counselor Catherine Zeeb. She is the author of a new book called Begendings, A New Perspective. It's an A to Z guide to different facets of spirituality that is within reach for all of us. So, Catherine, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
So tell me a little bit about your background and how you came to write this book.
I have a PhD in metaphysics, and then I'm also a certified addiction psychotherapist. So in my own life, I've really learned to meld or blend these two seemingly different worlds, which as we know, are not at all, but seemingly different worlds into, when I work with my clients. So I'm teaching them things like being present in the moment, learning to breathe, just paying attention in general. I started writing a column in the paper where I live outside of Vail, Colorado, for the last 3 years on a variety of metaphysical topics, and each topic is a real practical guide for a variety of life's issues. Like learning to let go, dealing with stress, forgiveness, peace amidst the chaos, learning boundaries, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so I took these columns and I took 51 of them, and I put them into Begendings. And just real quick, I love this, but the Begendings is a very personal word for me because I credit my son for that. He had said that word when he was very small, like the beginning of a movie. And I just thought it was such a good book title, so I was really thrilled that I was able to actually implement it when I was ready to put my own book out there.
That's awesome. I'm always interested in finding out where people get the titles from, and the fact that it's a personal story for you really ties into the book. Yes,
it does. And again, the column is a new perspective, so that worked out beautifully as well. Begendings, a new perspective, and life is not about the beginning or the ending, it's about the present moment, which the beginning or the ending is actually the past and the present.
See, I need to live in the moment, right? We all need to sort of realize that our past is our past, and it brought us to where we are now, but that doesn't mean that it's going to dictate our future either.
That's right. One of the things that I always say is, if my thoughts of yesterday, even 5 minutes ago, created my moment, right now, my present moment thoughts will create my future, then I need to be paying attention to what it is that I'm thinking right now. I really need to be paying attention because I want to create the best reality for myself I possibly can.
That's very true, and it's hard for a lot of us to do. We say things like that, but it's hard to really take the time and watch your thoughts and then pause those thoughts and then change your thoughts.
Right. So I teach a lot. In the book, I put them in alphabetical order. So if there's something specific you want to look up, so if you want to look up the voice of the body, and I teach my clients how to listen to the body, because it is the one thing that is definitely going to tell you when you're uncomfortable or, when you feel the fear coming up about a situation that you feel like you need to take care of. And when you feel that, that's the moment. In that one situation, a very small situation, that's the moment that you can catch it and go, oh, man, what I'd like to say to that person is blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But every time I've done that in the past, the end result has been really bad. Mm-hmm. So I think I need to, take a moment, step away, do whatever it is you need to do to say, how do I make this different?
Yeah, if you notice that you're going through the same sort of physical reaction to something that has happened to you before but is happening now, what kind of steps do you suggest people take in order to really take control of that and tell their body, okay, no one's attacking me, there's no knife being wielded in my face, I'm just, sort of acting like there is because of, past events, but, how can you soothe yourself and really learn to forgive yourself and others?
Yeah. Well, in the beginning is the hardest, obviously, until you learn to do it. The more you practice some of these tools, the easier it gets. Mm-hmm. But in the beginning, what you want to do is, I think, stepping away is the first thing. And then I'm a breathwork practitioner, so I also teach people to breathe. Like when you notice that something is happening in your body, breathe. Take a nice in-breath, let the breath out very slowly, and calm that fear first. And again, that takes practice.
Yeah.
That in itself is, I mean, look how most people breathe, above the clavicle.
Yeah, everybody takes those real quick, shallow breaths, and that doesn't get you anywhere.
Yes. So we can, and again, the tool is, when you recognize that something makes you uncomfortable. I just earlier today used an example of, when your loved one walks in the door and they have that same face that you've seen 100 times before, that as soon as you react to that face, next thing you know, everything's escalating.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of reacting to that, learn to act. Learn to, there's the face. Now, wait a minute. What I'd like to say to them is this, but what I'm going to do, is something else, because you can't change them.
Mm-hmm.
You can't walk up and say, hey, you change your face, and life will be better. So it's really about, how do I catch that what I want to do is, do the old way, and I don't like that anymore.
Yeah, once you realize it's not serving you,
Right. I want to do something different. And, there's many of the articles in the book talk about the same kind of situation, like how do we learn to act instead of react. I wrote one on spiritual relationships, and it's really about, being together, having compassion, loving the person,
mm-hmm.
and understanding the divineness of them, but not attaching to the ego stuff as much as possible.
Oh, see, that sounds like that's going to be a difficult trek journey.
Yeah, right. Here we go again. Yeah, and how to live in peace amidst the chaos.
Mm-hmm.
The chaos in our mind. I know mine is. I don't know about you.
My God, I mean, we're women. That's what we do.
Yeah. So we all have this mind chatter going on all the time, and then we've got, obviously, the external world coming in at us all the time. So
mm-hmm.
it's really important to learn, how do I be at peace even with all of this stuff happening all the time?
Oh.
And not Dalai Lama peace, which
mm-hmm.
would be lovely, but just how do I make choices in the moment